AI has caused a lot of commotion in so many other industries. People are scared about what it's going to mean for them tomorrow and what happens to their job. This is the same thing in real estate. You see, AI has shifted how things are done in a lot of industries. Things like the education sector, the health sector are being shifted by AI, and real estate is not going to be immune to that. For a long time, we have had this safety that real estate adopts technology slowly and things are not going to change as fast. But with this AI that has been growing at an exponential rate through the past 3 years, real estate people are waking up to the fact that maybe their industry is next, maybe this is going to happen faster than they had anticipated for it to. So in this video, I just wanted to share my top 10 observations and ways I have seen AI being used in developed markets that I think is going to become more relevant for us, even in Uganda, because I don't see anyone else talking about how it's going to affect us here in Uganda, in our market. How is it going to change how we work? Are we going to lose our jobs, or is it going to be something that we can work with? So in this video, I wanted to just talk about that. From the moment these models were launched, I tried to take a deep dive and learn how these systems work. So from the text generation to video generation and now the agentic systems, how do they work and how are they going to affect the real estate market? So we have already had an example, or we can see how they are working in the developed world, and we can simply model that into our case here in Uganda. I am deciding to talk about this because I've not seen anyone else do it, but here are my top 10 categories of areas I think are going to be disrupted by AI. Maybe not as much as people overestimate it to be, but definitely there's going to be a change. I have started using AI and I've seen my productivity go up. So I wouldn't want the people working in these sectors to be left behind. So the first one is valuation. So there is this whole trend that has grown around valuation from AI systems, that these systems can actually close to accurately, but more of a ballpark figure, give you the valuation of a property on a certain street in a certain area and of a certain type. They can just give you a rough estimate of what that valuation is. So that's the first one. And then the next one has been predictive maintenance, which has actually been there, but it has been in a form of algorithms. But now they are changing it to be run by these underlying models that can reason and they can plan and they can actually set schedules and manage all the tasks by themselves. Okay. And then the third one is energy management. So for anyone that is working in sustainability, you know that you need to be measuring a lot of things, and with an AI system that is all knowing and can literally tap into all these systems, it is going to become more easier for you to just do that job even better. And then for tenant screening isn't a big thing here in Uganda, especially because we don't have a centralized place to get all this data and everything. But I have seen a huge disruption in tenant screening because these systems are able to run background checks and credit checks and even run evaluations and score your tenant on certain metrics that are important to you. And that just makes a landlord's choice far much easier and far much faster in terms of getting tenants and approving those applications that come in. The fifth one has been fraud, which has been a big one in our industry, and everyone almost everywhere is trying to fight fraud in the real estate industry. It's not actually only in Uganda. Everywhere, everyone is trying to fight fraud because there will always be those people that want to take advantage of others. So these systems are being trained to identify those patterns in which these fraudulent transactions are happening, and then they can model and be able to tell that, oh, this person might want to do this, maybe you might want to check this, maybe you might want to verify this statement in the lease because it doesn't seem normal, and then there you can actually build a full system on fraud detection, which is actually working in a lot of the markets out there. Another one is going to be market analytics. All these big companies, before they invest in an area, they want to see the data, they want to see projections. So AI is very good at looking at data, analyzing it, and then giving it to you in as many visual components as you want it, whether you want it in a graph, whether you want it in a pie chart. It can do all that within seconds. So that one is definitely going to be disrupted. Another one is going to be the workflow automation, and this one is just about the agents that are cropping up here and there. Workflow automation simply means how you do your tasks. So maybe you know that before sending out a technician to the site, you need to have them come into office and maybe fill a form and then give that to finance and everything. So AI is going to come in to sort of handle these repetitive sections of that workflow and maybe automate all these other parts that are repetitive, that don't need to be done all the time, or maybe just need simple approval. So that is all workflow automation. And then the number 8 is going to be customer support. So these AI bots that we have seen crop up are just masters at customer support. They don't get angry at clients. They are always there. Whether you text them at 8, they don't get off work. So I have seen that one, and it is really huge. It is everywhere right now, and most of these websites already have customer care bots that you can just type and ask a question about the business, ask a question about maybe your order or something like that. They are literally, they can be tapped into your database and they can access all this data and just handle all that customer care for you. And then another one is marketing. Everyone struggles with marketing, but these bots have become so smart at predicting human behavior and tailoring your market proposal or whatever you are trying to do to fit that, to make sure that you are getting sales. So that's another area I have noticed people are getting disrupted in. And then another one is in content creation. Now, I understand that the fear is real and that most of these AI systems are now capable of doing a lot of what we can do. But the one piece of advice I have seen everywhere is that once you realize that you're going to be disrupted by AI, or that there is a certain application of AI that has come into your industry, maybe as a property manager, try to pick it up and learn how to use it, learn how to incorporate it into your work, learn to see what you can do, what else you can maybe work out with that AI, how you can improve how you work. The one piece of advice I have had time and time again is that AI, yes, is going to disrupt a lot of jobs, but more so it is going to disrupt those that are not willing to adopt the technology. So my overall advice for anyone out there that is afraid of AI or what it can do and of all this technology, let it not be AI, maybe it's just something else, maybe it's just the internet. Just make sure that you find a way to learn how to use the systems, because most people say that the people that are going to be replaced by these AI systems are going to be people that are not using AI. So in other words, the people using AI are going to replace the people that are not using AI. So my simple advice out there would just be go and learn how the systems work. Maybe you don't need to go deep down into the code, but just make sure that you know maybe ChatGPT can do this. It can generate text, it can draft a report, it can search the web, it can generate an image, it can generate a video. Where do I go to do ABCD, and how do I use that in my property management job or in my real estate job? Maybe you are a broker. Can you use it to maybe draw up listings for you so that you make your listings more market friendly and people can clearly understand? Maybe you can remove the typos. Maybe as a property manager, it can help you in drafting those reports. Maybe you can just give it a sketch and then it outlines everything and organizes it in a way that is more presentable, more readable, more clear for your clients. So make sure that you are learning how AI is going to affect you. Just make sure that you are on top of the change so that whenever something is changing, you are also changing along with it. You remain relevant. Otherwise, I don't think AI is something that is going to replace all of us. It's definitely going to affect some people. But to make sure that you are among the people that thrive after all this, I would just advise that you familiar yourself with how AI works and all these other developments. Just keep yourself in the ground and keep working, keep learning, and I guess you'll be fine. I am fine right now. I think I'll be fine. I have definitely done some investment in learning how these systems work, but you could also do the same. Follow someone that is going to help you to keep you updated on what is changing. There are so many other industries out there that have had it worse than us. So I would think that it's not something we should be scared of. There are still going to be jobs that are not going to be replaced within the whole AI revolution. Things that are very technical, things that are very physical are not going to be replaced by AI. Maybe by the robots, but robots are not yet here. So I hope this video helped someone. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, follow the channel. My name is Raymond from Through Services Limited, and I'll see you in the next video.